All right, we're live. Monday Night Live. It's way later than I expected. Been having trouble staying on point with scheduling for this. New timeout links. You can now put people in timeout. Okay, everyone behave now. Got it. Yeah, been having trouble staying on schedule with all this stuff between the day job, some upcoming traveling, trying to get myself out to New York this upcoming week, and stuff like that. It's been hard to make time to make videos and stuff like that. So I'm not going to promise any videos at the moment because I've not been too reliable on it. Negative affirmation, negative assumption, but let's just understand where we are and move forward from there. But I know it's last minute and I got to jump on here and do this. I'm wired up on some energy drinks, but it ain't doing much. I'm still kind of dragging. What's up, Gary? How you doing, brother? Got the cigar. Um, so thank you everyone who bears with me for this late night live stream. But I mean, I left SP's house for this, and here's something too to show. Not that you've moved on, but that you no longer have an SP on a pedestal. Would be um, at one point I would have been like, well, whatever, forget mystic manifesting. I gotta be with SP right now because I'm in her bed right now. It's like I'm not tired. I have energy. I know I have a commitment to do, which is Monday night lives, or at least Monday morning, then afternoon, then now all the way to where we are now. But you know, at one point I wouldn't have been able to walk away from that. And there's power in that too, where she was like, "Oh no, don't you're gonna leave?" I'm like, "Yep." And she, "Well, do what you got to do." So what I love about her is that support to do that, and um, she has agreed to come on a live stream by her own idea to go on a live stream. I think we might do a video first and then a live stream. She has a vacation coming up, wants to do that. What's up, brother? How you doing, Eric? I also worked on the Discord. Discord is up and running. I don't know what the deal with it is. I wanted to make it $10 a month, which is like about the price of a gym membership. So we have a manifesting membership. It jacks it up to $13.50, and I wouldn't pay that, so I figured no one else would. Tried to make it $8 change the price or whatever. It jumps it back up to 10. So I'm just gonna try and make it cheap. That way, more people could get in there. We could share success stories, motivate each other, do things like that. So I want to get that out. I'm leaving for New York Thursday night. So I want to go through a few tests and get that Discord up and running by then. Tonight I plan to do this, but keep it short. That way I can film some videos. I was brainstorming ideas. I was teaching SP about manifesting and about where I came from. That's why she wanted to do some videos and stuff to say what she experienced during the manifestation process. And it's funny because just like I say, it's like they'll never understand or admit it or realize that something changed. It's always a series of events that led there. It's like they perceive that they changed because of these things, or they started thinking a different way because something in their life changed that made them think that way. It's never directly, oh, I was doing this because I felt you thinking and visualizing and stuff like that. No, it's never like that. It's more or less that whatever you envision is happening in the background, it is. It's like you're jumping from timeline to timeline. Like I said, that movie Shift, I'm going to wait like another week or two to make a video on it. But I thought that was a very good movie that represents reality shifting and jumping around from timelines and stuff like that. I didn't win the cash prize at my Christmas party. So I know how that could be. It's like, especially with one, there's something I struggle with is the lottery. I would usually get like the little $2 prizes and stuff like that. And there were times where it's like I was so sold on like I'm gonna win this competition, I'm gonna get this prize or whatever, and then you lose it. It's like the same thing when you're so sold on the SP thing where it's like I know I've got this, it's easy. And like I even like at this, I think it was last year maybe. I don't even think maybe I had the channel or not. I don't know. But I remember like I had all this manifesting success. I'm like I went there, it was $10,000 cash giveaway from my union, and I'm like I'm about to win it. I'm affirming. I said I'm gonna do it. I'm visualizing it. And I got there and I didn't win. Um, the thing is, even though you didn't win at that moment, it was the money you were visualizing happening. So unless you were like visualizing the event or whatever, there was maybe some doubt in you. I think it's rooted in maybe downloaded ChatGPT. Got some really good affirmations. Oh, there you go. ChatGPT does affirmations too. Gonna put me out of business. No, the point is, like Neville says in the one chapter on failure, it's either you were not fully self-persuaded, or you had some kind of limiting belief blocking you, or you didn't persist in it enough. That's the danger on a time crunch, like when you find out about it last minute or something like that, or you didn't really fully impress your subconscious, which when it comes to competitions, I think more often most of us are in the belief that we're not going to win it because we never win anything, we're unlucky, blah, blah, blah. Like, at least that's like the thought process that came from where I grew up. And I think it's the same in a lot of areas like that. But you can't let it discourage you, because if the money was what you were visualizing, you never know. You might walk down the street and pick up, I want to say it was $3,500 for the cash prize, right? Or am I wrong on that? But you might just walk across the money. Money could come in so many other ways. Yeah, exactly. We can't limit it to like saying you want to be a millionaire and wanting to win the lottery are two different things. Winning the lottery is an experience. I remember that. Winning the lottery is an experience, but having the millions of dollars is also an experience, but it's a different one. And you can't limit that that's how you're going to get it. Like I just received a money manifestation success story through affirmations, and I believe that they were more robotic. I don't know. I don't know if the person who told the story is here. They wanted to talk about it, but it was the first thing out in a minute. Yeah, that was real, believe me. But we're going to wait for more views. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so sometimes it's weird. Like, we usually going live at nighttime, we usually get more people. So I think it's kind of like late afternoon, early night is like a good bridge time for the Americans and the rest of the world for viewers to meet. Because in the morning time, it's mainly Americans we have here, and then everyone else is sleeping. So it's kind of a better time to start doing this. Let me see. I had some topics I wanted to talk about. Oh, you know what? This is a good time because he's here right now too. A client of mine talked about, what's up, John? How you doing? We just started. Welcome in. We talked about this in the live, and then me and a client talked about it as well. And it's that you always get whatever you say you're going to get. And sometimes it looks like you're failing. That's why I say you can't fuck this up. When don't judge a bridge before it unfolds. Because sometimes it looks like you fucked it up, or the bridge didn't unfold the way you wanted it. It's just, but you started judging it before it happened. But when you really break it down, everything you've ever asked for in life, you've gotten. And Randolphus talked about this with me in not the last live, like 3 or 4 lives ago, we talked about it. Then me and a client talked about it. And he was also realizing that everything he's ever asked for has shown up. And then the question/comment came up of, well, what happens when you no longer want what you desire, what you've been visualizing and stuff? It's like it pops up, but at that point you might not want it anymore. It's like playing whack-a-mole with the client's theory to it, that everything pops up, like it's right there. It's going to present itself. You're choosing if you're going to hit it or not. It's like, oh, SP, I've been doing all this work for SP. Am I going to hit it? Boom. Or a chance to make more money, or a new job, or it's like a couple job opportunities pop up. Which one are you going to hit? Which one are you going to take? And I like that analogy that he used, because it is true. Everything you want is going to show up. It's just your choice if you're going to want it at that point, because really in the end you've experienced it. If you've impressed your subconscious and you've manifested it properly and visualized it properly, then you have already experienced and lived it in the 4D, and then choosing to double down on it is when it comes into 3D reality. and I've had stuff that I turned away and stuff that I've taken, and multiple times for the SP example. But like when I was younger and first learning about manifesting, I kept this notebook, and it was like this was like very law of attraction time for me. I didn't even know law of assumption at this time. I was probably like 16, 17 years old, just learned about the secret. I made a little notebook. I said, million dollar mansion. I had like all the thoughts on it and stuff like that. And on the other side, it was blank. So I could put the picture of the actual mansion. I had the picture of the one I wanted, and then boom, you could put it there. That one still doesn't have boom. Go to the next page. It was like meet this fitness influencer, this fitness influencer. So I had like 3 or 4 different fitness influencers. I met 2 of them, and then I had a chance to meet 2 more at this event. Somebody gave me free tickets to, and there's a series of circumstances. And I was like, wow, I got it, but I was kind of no longer a fan of them. I was more a fan of myself and not idolizing people and putting someone else up on the pedestal. I admired their work, but I didn't care enough to go stand in a line and wait to shake their hand and stuff. So I put the little tickets I got for free in the book. And it was one of those things where it really started showing me, it's like, man, when you write it down and you forget about it, it's there. You don't have to forget about it. But once you write it down, it's fact. It's part of your reality. And I have that affirmation. Whatever I write down becomes a fact. So what do you call it? Everything I ever wanted has appeared. And even in recent times, you guys hear me referencing SP more, and I keep saying, I want to focus on the channel and myself and everything. It's hard when something that you were trying to manifest for so long is like now right here in your face, and everything that you wanted, even before, like when you guys saw when she came back and I started this channel and we had like the year of the ups and downs and things like that. And I was still learning like how to control once you have your manifestation and not react and not, really trust the process that everything's here the way you want it. When I was in that position, I still had a lot of fear that I was going to lose it, and you guys saw me lose it. But now, like, things have gone back, and I stopped trying so hard because I'm more focused on this. It's like it was a delayed reaction. The bridge wasn't done unfolding yet, and all the things I did that I thought fucked it up led to it becoming more of a perfect scenario like it is now. But like I said earlier in the live, it's like I could have spent the night at her house right now and been like, it's already late. My mind started justifying it. It's already late. You don't want to drive 20 minutes back to your house and then go do a live stream where you're not really prepared and talk about videos that you're probably not going to make. And so I start having all these negative thoughts. It's like, nope, you know what? You're the goddamn mystic. Nope, you're everything that you want is reality. And look, she's already here. They're not going to lose her. And it's finally that proved to me my self-concept was worthy when I was sneaking out of the bed. She's like, are you sneaking out? Like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I got to do the live stream. She's like, okay, do what you got to do. And it's like the perfect supporting version. It's like the perfect version came, but it came after a whole lot of nightmarish shit and having to conquer myself, my own thoughts and my own demons and whatever to not push out negative circumstances, learn forgiveness, learn unconditional love, all this stuff, but then eventually pushed out. The job, this was a story I wanted to tell the other day. The job I work now, I talked to someone about jobs today. When I was working the job that you guys met me on the channel with, I was miserable, and every day I'm like, how do I manifest out of this? I want to get the fuck out of this job. But I was coming from, how do I escape? How do I escape means I'm trapped. So I have to get more of being trapped. It's like, I don't want this job. How do I get out of it? It's like, well, know what you want, not what you don't want. Okay, we already know. It's very obvious what I don't want. But the only way to take away what you don't want is to remove attention from it, i.e. the third party and stuff like that. That's a perfect example. I think that's why I think relationships and SP are a great way to lead you into manifesting, because you could take the lessons learned from doing that and becoming successful with that into the real world stuff, or vice versa. Whatever you manifest, there's always something there, but it's just very clear with SPs type stuff. But in terms of a job, it's like, okay, here's my circumstances. Remove attention from those, and what do you actually want? And I said day shift job, lots of guys, no work, very little work, or it gets spread out evenly, and blah blah blah. Everything I asked for in a job, and it wasn't just that job. It's like each time I would keep progressing. And now, but I went on for 5 months every day tricking myself like, man, I don't have to do this because it's my last day here. I'm trying to get myself into the feeling state that every day was my last day. And then the next day came, and the next day came, and a week, and a month, and 2 months, and 3 months, and for about 5-6 months, I'm like, this is pointless, man. I'm visualizing that they treat me different. and then they double down on treating me like garbage. I'm visualizing and feeling and imagining and doing all the techniques and scripting that I get out of this place. I don't get out of it. I was running this channel, so it's like, seemed like the only way was like becoming monetized. And I was like, okay, maybe if I become monetized. And I didn't want to become monetized till I left that job, but the circumstances appeared for me to leave that job, and it was exactly the circumstances that I was looking for in a job that I've been asking about and saying I wanted for months. And then since I've left that job and a little bit towards leaving that job, I've been saying I'm gonna go full time with YouTube. And this is not a success story yet, so don't get excited for me, but get excited because it's already done. I was and am every day. It's like, okay, I've got plenty of clients where I make more money with this. I've got plenty of ad revenue where I make more money with this than my day job, and this is stuff I'm affirming now. And I was talking with SP, and like I said, she comes a little bit more from like this religious background and stuff. And like we were going like before bed, she was like, I'm gonna say my prayers and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, say them out loud. Say mine out loud. And she goes, well, they say like, oh, the devil will hear it. And I said, God and the devil both live inside you because you are the creator of your reality. But I don't want to get too much into manifesting shit. That's why I'm nervous to have her on a live stream, because might confuse the shit out of her with what I teach. But the point is, coming from there, it's like, I said, I say my stuff out loud because I'm boldly stated. And if there is a devil, he can fuck off because he has no say in my life because I am the opera of power. And that same boldness, there is nobody, not a boss, not a fucking institution, not a set of rules or societal rules or an SP or a third party or anyone that could check you in your life. You are who you are. You are the I am power, and you are the opera of power. So you could boldly state what you want. You don't have to keep it bottled up. Neville says don't speak it out loud, mainly because a lot of reasons. People are going to think you're sound crazy. You're going to have to fight battles that don't need to be fought. There's reasons to keep it bottled up. But once you get to that confidence level, and like me, I was so afraid when I started this channel too. It's like, oh, I'm like, not going to say this out loud. I'm doing it. Now I fucking show everybody, here's my phone case. Yeah, this is my thing. Or, hey, yeah, this is my brand. This is what I teach. And I'm teaching people lessons that I encounter in the street. And I shared it with SP and my family and stuff. So it's like now I'm brazenly impudent, or whatever they say, where it's like, I don't give a fuck. This is who I am. I am the opera of power, and I am that I am, and I'm going to manifest whatever the fuck I want. So anyway, sorry, I got way off, and I see Gary said, do you want me to share, or do you want to share the story? The money story, Gary, or which story? Man, I'm talking too much. It died. You could tell the story too. The money one? I just read it too. So correct me if I'm wrong. Usually I'm pretty good at remembering stories and details, but there might be little things I get wrong. Like I had Ink send me a voice memo and then played her success story on the live stream the one time. But I got my phone. Should I read? Should I read your exact affirmation? Ink has been dealing with a lot of stuff in her personal life, and she's been not in a bad way, but like I said, we sent some positive energy her way. And then on top of that, I've not been the best at keeping up with her. That's on me. I have been distant because, like I said here, you guys haven't seen me posting videos, going live as consistently as I should, or doing anything. I've just been my mind is going a million miles a minute. It's like, I got to do this over here at the condo, and I got to do this stuff for work, and I got to make sure these bills are good. And that reminds me, I forgot to pay something too. And it's like, then I'm hanging out more with SP, which was a fear I had too. I'm going to talk about fear being a powerful thing to help you manifest. But I'm hanging out with her, and then, I got to go talk to my family. And then it's like, by the time, like, she reached out a couple times, I reached out to her a couple times, but she got a lot going on, good positive stuff and some negative stuff, which is life. But she knows how to manifest, so she'll be good. Her channel on TikTok is actually doing very well. I see she posts a shitload of videos. She's following a passion that she has, and I'm happy about that. So if Ink, you see this, you already know I'm bad at remembering things, so you reach out to me, but I'm going to try to remember to reach out to you and just set an alarm later on. Or write it on the wall. I'm gonna get a whiteboard here somewhere too. It's another goal. Finish painting this, so it's like I'll start over here, cleaning up this room, chopping up the boxes, getting stuff. It's like, oh, there's something in another room. I'll go run over there. Like this is my mind goes a million fucking miles a minute, and I don't get nothing done. So I bought a new planner today to keep everything all in order. Track clients, things like that. And I've been up almost every night really late too, trying to set the Discord up, figure out how to charge it for a reasonable price. I hired someone from Fiverr to help me. It was helpful, but not as helpful as I needed. And then trying to figure out how I'm going to organize this channel. Then I went on the merch stuff to get more merch like this. But then no one's going to pay fucking $35 for a hat. And then if I make it cheaper, there's zero profit on it, and they won't let you sell it on Teespring if there's no profit for you. So it's pointless. So it's like all this shit is like, that's where I've been having trouble keeping up with people. Even some of my clients know where it's like booking a session and stuff like that. It's usually good. It's like you just send me a message, you want to do a session, we'll do a session or whatever. But there's some clients, after their clients, they still send me messages here and there. And we talk real quick. It's not like we do the session and I never speak to you again. Usually if you're on my social medias like Instagram or something like that, and you send me a message on Instagram, I'm going to reply to it. It's just going to take me some time because I do get a lot. Okay, so here's a success story from Gary earlier. One of my key mantra affirmations includes, I have the flying career of my dreams, so I get to fly what/when I want. I get loads of time off for my career, and I get paid so much money for doing my career. So that's his affirmation. And correct me if I'm wrong, were you robotically doing that, or just saying one and done, or like how were you doing that? Like what type? I mean, all affirmations and all techniques work, as we know, but just wondering and curious for the audience because everybody will always ask. He said, so today his company announced that he's getting an $11,000 pay raise, plus 7 more days off a year, plus a daily allowance increase over 100. I'm saying dollars. These are English pounds, where $100 per day went away from the base. If you haven't figured out, he's a pilot. Plus a bonus estimated to be $5,000. Basically, over $100,000 per year salary on top of trading, which is a side business. It's not a side business. It's something you do everyone does on the side, or you can do on the side to make money. It's into my mantra, not robotic. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, it's the intro to your mantra. So, see, like I said, it's whatever works for you. Some people, they like the robotic thing, bang, 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 just put it in their head. I like the robotic because I have had success with it. For me, sometimes it works for me because I'm lazy and I just want to hear something again and again, and I'll play it in my ear. Other times I like to do like going into a meditation to visualize something. I'll take some of my affirmations that are very basic core ones, reminding me of the I am power. So I will say, I am one with God. God is within me. I take that almost from like, I hate all the Disney Star Wars shit, but I did like the one from Rogue One where he's like, I'm one with the Force is with me. So it's like, I'm one with God is with me. It's just a nice, simple one. Or as I say, be still and know that I am God, like the Neville one. And I'll just keep repeating those again and again until I get into a meditation. In the meditation, I might just be relaxed and hearing my affirmations, or I'll be visualizing an event and living in that event and seeing where it goes from there. Or, going into whatever. I had another idea. So this is why I got to carry on, or like to start doing like in the movies where it's like note to self. Because I had some good ideas. I get a lot of ideas driving. I've been driving a lot lately too. Like I said, I'm going like just where I live is like conveniently out of the way. I grew up in Chicago, south side of Chicago. Now I'm like 20 minutes outside of Chicago, and my neighborhood of Chicago was like the last one before you get to the suburbs. So it's like I'm like conveniently out of the way, and then going to SP is 20 minutes one way. My parents 20 minutes, like a triangle, me, them, and her. So it's like boom, 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 boom. So 20 minutes there, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. Then the gym's like the one I go to is like 30 minutes out of the way. So it's like I've been driving everywhere, then traffic's an hour a day. So I get all these ideas, but I'm not writing them down. So I've got all this stuff. It's like, oh, didn't I make videos on this? And I'll say another reason too. Maybe you guys could give me some feedback on this. I know Ink said it back in the day, and a few other people said it back in the day that no, it's okay to make videos on the same thing. We love to hear it again, blah blah blah. And for me, it's sometimes you get burned out making videos on the same thing. It's like circumstances don't matter, guys. Okay, remember, guys, here's the story that I told you last time about why circumstances don't matter. And it's like, and then I could take a different story, and I have done it a few times where it's like, okay, and here's a different story why circumstances don't matter. Here's a client success story on why circumstances don't matter. And then it's like, manifest on a time crunch. I've told you my 3 major time crunch stories. Yes, there have been little ones too. Okay, let me tell you again. But again, at the end of the day, it's the same message, and I'm not really adding anything new to the message. That's why I just feel like it's kind of dumb to make the same video again. But I guess, I mean, it gets the message out there more, it helps more people. Not everyone's seeing every video, so maybe it is a good thing. It's just sometimes it's like, did I make this video already? I feel this feels very familiar and lazy to me and not original. So I've been trying to find ways to make the videos more original too. Somebody here has offered help too for the videos too, to help make them more original and things like that. And I've been thinking to incorporate filmmaking and comedy into it a little bit too. Like I said, comedy is always a good reliever too, but especially when you're trying to manifest something. Like right now, my big affirmation is money, to make more money, not just through here, but through outside circumstances, or like, and not just through work and overtime, not from the areas where I've already received money. Just money is flowing into me abundantly, more from those areas, more where I don't need to go to that job no more. More where I don't have to rely on like, oh, because like I said, I never wanted this to become like, and it's not a shot at nobody else, but it's like some of the channels, it's like, I think what sets me apart is like, I could live without the clients, not like make or break me, where I need to go sit here and be like, pander to like, what do you guys want to hear about? And then tell you only good, happy, positive things. I could just tell you what's real and what I've dealt with. And I do believe the law is real, no limitations to it. But sometimes, just like we talked about with not winning, with Eric not winning the money, and me with the lottery stuff or not winning the raffle that I was in, it's like, don't limit yourself to, oh, I can only receive it through this one avenue. Be open to receiving it from anywhere. And when you do that, that helps you detach a little bit more and then trust, because it's like, I trust so much that I don't really need this. This would just be a cool way to get it. And if it doesn't, because then see, it could smash your whole concept. Like I had one where I think I told this before too. I was visualizing picking up money off the ground, just a bunch of money. I picked up a whole bunch of dollars when my dad pointed out the one time we were drinking and stuff, and then he comes over, grabs it, and Paras, your message is retracted. And then I see Eric and Lil Mixer wrote something too, so I'll respond to you guys in a second. But whoever's Paras, your message got retracted. I don't know if you did that or what happened. So basically, when that does, I lost my train of thought. Never mind. Same. I need more money. California is expensive. I was just talking to my friends who came in from San Diego the other day, and they were telling me how ridiculous it is to live out there. But see, there's the need for money, and I'm doing the same thing right now too. I'll show you my guilt on it too. I've always had a good self-concept of money, but now more bills are coming in, and I'm feeling a little bit of heat. Like I said, I came from a very poor background, so I started trying to. I came from a poor background, and I lived poor, and I continued to always save money, which will put me in the position where I can't spend money and have money, and I don't need to pander to people to get money and things like that. However, at the same time, when I start feeling that pressure, freaks me out a little bit, and I want to start doing more videos on the miraculous money events I've had too, because I want people to see them, but it seemed like nobody was viewing it for the algorithm wasn't hitting it, or people just weren't viewing it or commenting or liking it, because it's not about SP shit. But like I said to a client the other day, I want to break off the SP thing, not permanently, because I know people need it and they want it. But I remember the thing I was going to say to you, Eric, was like, you're needing the money. I'm needing the money. It's not needing it. It's having it and feeling you have it already and visualizing. It's like, visualizing, what does it feel like to have the money? What's the first thing you do with the money? And I think it's having a set thing of like, this is the amount of money I need, or this amount of money I have, not need. Got to watch our vocabulary because the fucking universe don't play no jokes. God don't play no jokes. So it's here's a set amount of money, whatever, go to sleep. And then I want to do the one where it's like you're counting hundreds as you go to sleep. I did do one the other day too, but I didn't specify. And I had the fear and the thought too, it was going to be me getting money out. I haven't gambled as much lately because usually I use the law to test the gambling to test the law, see where my mindset is on stuff. And I was able to tell him like it's not really the money thing is like not on point because I started adopting people's beliefs that it's funny, like my friends who gamble, they always lose, so it's like not always, but they lose a lot of the time, where they stay until they lose, and then it's like joking with them and having a joke about that same situation. Now you're just bringing more of that into your reality, joking about money losing, so losing money becomes the focus. So that's why I've stepped away from it for a bit because I know it fucked my stuff up. Fucked up my mindset on money a little bit. So I've stepped away from that for a minute. So we don't need to have money. The way my brain is like brain farting, and I'd have to make all these videos and stuff like that too. And I don't know why my eyes look fucking glassed and bloodshot, like I'm fucking drunk. Between my mind being foggy and my eyes, I look like a fucking drunk right now. Anyway, so is it possible to manifest him back after acting crazy and losing my cool? I affirmed for him and he went back to third party instead. I feel like it's impossible. I think I'm going to give up. Okay, let me start it here. You can't fuck this up. Now I'll tell you my story. And you're going to hear this probably more because SP wants to do a video with me. And I think now pretty much at this point, I'd say probably pretty much back together at this point. Because we're with each other every day. She's either sleeping here or I'm sleeping over there. And she's talking about wanting to make videos together again for the vlog and help with this channel and, talk about what she felt on the manifesting end. But I'll tell you this, misreading signs, doing too much in the 3D, all that stuff, it feels like you fuck it up, but the point is you can't fuck it up. I'm wondering if she'll tell this story or want to tell this story because I really don't know. Like, she kind of understands manifesting, but more from the religious point. Like I said, there was a time where when we broke up, it was actually over the summer. It was embarrassing for me because here I am, the mystic, the guy who's happy, he's taking all these trips with her. A real negative situation happened, and I don't want to talk about it too much, especially because I don't want to bring it about. And I'm going to address another part of that question too. We wound up breaking up and all that stuff, and it's like, man, how do I fix this? And I need to take a bunch of 3D action because I can't be a successful manifesting coach without her. And how the fuck did I do this? And I've just freaked the fuck out. So what am I going to do? There's a thing where I'm like, went to the gym, couldn't get a good workout in, wasn't making videos, wasn't taking clients, I was turning clients down because I felt like I couldn't help nobody, I can't help myself, nothing like that. I went for a drive, and my gym is right around the corner from her gym. There's a mall over there. There's some restaurants over there. And I just taking a drive and whatever. I take a look over to my left and I see her car in one of the restaurant's parking lots. And I did remember, I'm like, oh yeah, today's the day she usually goes for dinner with her friend over there. And then I thought I should put some flowers on her car, a little note or whatever. And it was stupid and cringy and all that shit. And then like she wound up coming out in the parking lot, and then like she's like, no, that's it, we're done, blah blah. I don't want to see you again. And there was also times where we had the breakups because she went back to her ex, right? When we first met, she went back to her ex, and she said, thanks for everything, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to see you no more. I blocked everywhere. The first time I didn't even get a goodbye, she went back to her ex. And the second time, this can't ever happen again. And like I've mentioned the story before, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to see each other. This is it. Blah, blah, blah. And then like I've got all these amazing success stories, but it's like, and then I would send these long, simpy messages. And I would send almost begging in a way to stay with me. And it was degrading to myself. It was disgusting. It was something I'm not proud of. And it felt like I fucked it all up. And then all you do is you fucking turn to the law. The law is your only thing. When you're blocked out in the 3D world, the only choice you have is to use the law. That's when you use the law. She has seen me at my worst. I've seen her at her worst. But everything I feared, good or bad, everything I was excited about, good or bad, well, it's probably only going to be good if it's excited, but everything that I expected or assumed was going to happen, happened. And when I adopted the belief that you can't fuck this up, because I've seen how many times she came back, I'm like, there's no way she's going to be gone forever. There's no way, no circumstance that matters. So maybe I just talked about circumstances don't matter as an example of like, oh, I don't want to keep making videos about the same thing. But maybe I should, because that's a true statement. I mean, coming back from that, who would, when I started trying to date around after, it's like I cut women off for less bullshit than I put her through without a second thought. And I didn't really want to even give a chance. And then, she came back after I did all that stupid stuff. I would have never even gave some of the time of day after some of the stupid things I did to meddle with the 3D instead of just trusting in the law and assuming and everything that we know. I mean, checking social media, big no-no. What was I a big culprit of doing? Checking social media. She was online, hasn't responded to my message. What the fuck's going on? She's fucking someone else. Where does your thoughts go? She's going to leave me. Well, then it's like that thought might only pop up 2-3 times a day. She's going to leave. But 2-3 times a day is 15 times a week. Probably more on the weekend. Bump it up to 5. It's 25 times a week. A couple minutes on each time. It's a couple hours a week you're spending about that little thing. And yeah, the good outweighs the bad, but you got to remember, like, you're putting that stock into that negative thought too. So the point is it possible to manifest them back after acting crazy and losing your cool? We've been in like huge arguments about the relationship and breaking up, getting back together, or stuff like that. We've been through huge arguments, and we still always wound up back together. And remember, don't judge a manifestation before it's a bridge before it's done unfolding, because she went back to her ex twice during it, and I was like, why the fuck did you go back twice? Go back and trace your thoughts. What were you fearing after you found out? Because I didn't know the first time there was an ex that she went back to. So when we got back together and she chose me and everything, I kept fearing, what if she goes back to this guy? What if she goes back? What if she goes back? What if she goes back? Then out of all circumstances, the motherfucker comes back, even after I wrote the letters and did all this stuff. Boom, boom. See you, Nick. So I didn't feel worthy. The universe provides somebody who does feel worthy to fill that gap until you're ready to step the fuck up and be that person who is cool, calm, and collected. Like I said, I was with her tonight. I walked away to come and do this. She wanted me to spend the night, and we were having a good time cuddling and watching movies, and I decided to come here because one point Nick wouldn't have done that. He would have said, they'll be fine. No, this is my commitment. This is what I have to do. There are other things more important. That this person is not God. You're the God of your reality. And then when you think about 3P, I just saw what Gary wrote, there, whatever you, what's it called? You have to remove your attention from them. To get rid of a third person, it's the simplest way. You remove attention, because whatever you realize, you energize, like Reverend Ike says. Whatever you resist and fight persists. So, California is cheap to live in, and you make infinite amounts of money. There you go. I like that too, Gary. That's your mantra every morning and night. There you go. I told you you're going to become a coach, Gary. About what do you, and then you were, even he said, like, he goes, oh, I don't think I'd be a coach. And then I said, I didn't think I would be either. And now here I am. About what you mentioned before. Don't worry about repeating the same thing. Oh, that's the message that came out. Don't worry about repeating the same thing as you did on the channel. We need more confirmations to calm down. We're thankful from you for helping us in this process. Well, thank you for that, for reassuring me. Yeah, sometimes I just feel like it's cheap just to make the same video and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to find ways to keep it creative, keep it fun for me to keep making them, keep it fun for you guys to enjoy and to feel powerful and all that stuff. And there's still a lot of things I want to do. And it is hard for just one man to be doing all this stuff too, especially someone who's negative affirmation incoming, but someone who's not so technologically advanced, someone who's just pretty much knows go to work, go home, but with big ambitions. So it's like where there's a will, there's a way. And so trusting in the process, eventually this is going to take care of itself, and it's going to work out all in my favor, your favor, everyone's favor. It's just sometimes just trusting that bridge. Why do I feel like there's never? Why do I feel like he's never going to come back? And he's more in love with her. How do I make third party disappear? Okay, like Gary said, remove your attention. Stop giving the energy to the third party is number one. And you not feeling that way, I think all of us who've had success didn't feel they were coming back. I mean, look at last time, I was for sure was done last time. I'm like, and I made an ass of myself online. And then I was like, I let all these people down. But then I started thinking about clients who got their SPs back. I'm like, how the fuck? Wait. My clients got the SP back and things turned out good. They never even returned to the channel. They got their SP. They lived happily ever after. And I never seen them again. Then me. It's like things were going good until you start fearing and doubting. And then another fear that would pop in. It's like everyone's watching. The whole world. I mean, there's not a ton of us. There's like maybe 2,000 people. Like 1,100 here, 1,100 on TikTok. So about 2,200. It's like everyone's watching and they just saw you make a fool of yourself. So I didn't think she was coming back that time. I didn't think she was coming back the first time. I was just testing out the law, like some girl that I was hooking up with. Maybe the law will work to get her back. And then it did. And then it's like, oh, maybe to do this, then to be official. And then boom, then that happened. So everything I ever imagined had happened. And then now I've fully released it. Like I said, I'm focused on the channel and things like that. I'm focused on me and the channel. And then next thing you know, now everything I've ever wanted from her, she's giving it to me. Not like I'm not disinterested, not wanting it. But it's like I realized, okay, that's good. I appreciate it. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you. It feels good. But remember who you are. Don't lose yourself in the process, which was something I did before. So the SP could come back even if you had a lot of embarrassing moments. Well, he blocked me while I was affirming for him. So what did I do wrong? Well, over the summer, too, I wasn't blocked when we broke up. And then I was doing all these affirmations. And I was hitting like all this good stuff. I was taking trips. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, everything cool. Focused on me. I went to go visit my friend and go down to Southern Illinois. I visited him. I visited his church and everything like that. And then I'm leaving his mass, and then my tire was flat, so I'm filling it up. And while I'm waiting, I'm like, I'm gonna check social media. Why? I check social media because Nick's a fucking idiot sometimes. Negative affirmation. Don't believe it. But I'm like, man, I'm like, why am I going to check it? But I checked it and I saw I'm blocked there too. I was blocked on Facebook. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm doing affirmations. Like I said, the opposite will smack you in the face sometimes before the positive happens. Like I'm saying, I've seen it all in terms of SP, and I've done, even knowing the law, I've done the most embarrassing, cringy, simpy, stupid shit that would never make another person want to talk to you again. Yet somehow she always comes back. And when I've asked her, because I wanted to know, what does SP think? When I change my assumptions, like they feel whatever you think they're thinking and feeling, but sometimes they won't repeat it exactly. Because I'm like, why did you come back? Sometimes I don't even know. Like you'll see, like, because she wants to do a video. So I don't even know. Like she'll be sarcastic and say some smart ass shit about it every time. But it's like you just assume it's like, well, why question things? It's already happened. I'm doing self-concept now, and I'm affirming for him. There you go. Yeah, like Gary says, just keep doing self-concept. And the worst thing that could happen out of self-concept, and I always say this to people, but don't take it the wrong way. I always say, pretend that manifesting doesn't exist. Don't pretend too hard, because it works because you believe in it, and because that's the way the law works. If you believe you can't manifest and there's no such thing, then you won't manifest a goddamn thing. But I'm saying pretend for a second. Don't imagine it too hard, but pretend for a second. There's no manifesting, right? What is the worst thing that can happen from self-concept? You love yourself? God damn, how dare you? What is the worst thing that can happen? You get in the best shape of your life? You improve yourself beyond measure? You get rich? Like, what is the worst thing that can happen from doing self-concept? You fall in love with yourself. And if you love yourself, then you realize you're somebody who's worth loving. When you do that, it's going to be a whole lot easier for them to love you, because they now see that you're a high-value person. And that's just in 3D looks. What happens when you do it through manifesting? Everyone is you pushed out. They feel that energy shift. They feel that you are a different person because they're part of you. You're part of them. This is your reality. Whatever you attach to your I am is what you are and what you get. I just feel like this is going to be a lot of work because I contacted third party, and me and her fought as well. Do not contact. Yeah, do not contact 3P ever again. Just think about it. What's the worst? And there was a point too. I thought about this too, especially in like a male thing where it's like, I found out that the third party wanted to fuck me up, and like I don't want to get too much into it, but I found out the third party wanted to fuck me up, and that pissed me off. And I'm like, oh, it's personal. And now it's like, fuck all the manifesting shit. I'm gonna whoop your ass. What is the worst? What's the best? Not the best or worst. What is the what is going to happen? You get in a fight with third party. One option is SP is like, fuck both of you guys, and SP is gone, and then you two are by yourself. In my case, it would have been a physical altercation. What happens in a physical altercation? I whoop his ass, and now I'm locked up. He whoops my ass, and now I'm in a hospital, and he's locked up. We whoop each other's ass, and somehow we both get locked up, or we kill each other, or whatever. I don't know. It all ends bad, and then SP's life goes on. And you didn't punish SP because that's not the goal. We're not here to punish SP. We're not here to make them feel bad. We're here to love ourselves and to be rewarded for loving ourselves with exactly what we desire. But what do you gain from fighting with that person? All you showed to yourself is that you don't have control of your reality because you have to do something in the 3D. What did you learn? And it's like, it gets you nowhere. There is nothing, and I've said this before because I've tried it. There is nothing you can say, write, do, gift, travel, whatever to that person. No sex move, no nothing that could keep that person around if you don't believe you're worthy of having them. Because trust me, on paper, not to be arrogant, like I said, be confident and humble, but on paper, I'm the perfect guy. Do I have my flaws? Yeah. I must be 100% real. I got my flaws and I'm not perfect, but every person in her reality told her, this is the perfect guy. That's the guy you should be with. He's in shape. He's young. He's got money. He takes care of himself. He loves you. He takes care of you. He spoils you mentally, physically, emotionally. Whatever you want, he gives you. Like on paper, the guy that every girl dreams about for a movie or whatever, that's what I was. And most of the men on here are like that. And the women I meet are like the fairy tale women from books and movies and shit like that. But why are we all not having our SPs? We're all good looking people. We're all confident people in our own rights and in our own ways in certain aspects of life. We all have talents, aspirations, dreams, all this stuff. We are all high value people. Why don't they choose us? We don't see it. We feel we need to get out there and change everything. We feel we need to physically say something, do something, or be something else to get what we want. That's why it doesn't work. And my research, I will call this research, what I've done has proved there's nothing you could do or say or anything. It's all state of being. We're actors in the play of life. Become the version that has and deserves what you're going to get. I told myself he's only obsessed with me and he blocked me and he's back with her. Okay. So what'd you do though? How'd you know he blocked you? You checked your 3D. You checked your social media. Why'd you do that? I mean, I've asked myself that same question. Why'd you go check your social media? Because you believed he was going to block you. You're wondering, is he going to block you? I remember when SP took our pictures online down, I'm like, I would check her profile every day. Pictures are still up. There's hope. There's hope. There's hope. There's hope. What are you doing when you're checking the pictures? Subconsciously and on some level, you're waiting for those pictures to go down to get a confirmation that it's done. When you're checking if you're blocked, you're waiting in some way, looking in some way to see validation for your thoughts and assumptions. You're looking for the 3D to prove your negativity right. On a sick, deep level, that's what it is. And it's not sick in a bad way, but like that is on a negative level, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for it and expecting it. Because if my SP has pictures of me online, I'm not checking her profile. Hey, they're still there. I'm glad. Let me just make sure they're still there. When you're going there to check to see if it's gone, you're going there to see if you've lost it. You're validating the negative beliefs. You're looking for proof that things are bad and worse and horrible. Because what you seek, you will find. You will always find whatever you seek. What you desire desires you. And whatever you're repeatedly thinking and feeling is what you desire. Not the best possible version, because if you're thinking the worst possible version, you don't really desire the best. Subconscious and God take it as you want the worst thing, because that's what you're repeatedly praying and asking for. Okay, so because you got slapped in the face, as many, including myself, have with 3D, That's it. Focus on self. In many cases, it's better to be in no contact because you're less likely to get triggered. Your SP is reflecting you. I agree 100%, Gary, and that's what I say too. It's like, I would prefer, there were so many times where it's like I started falling in love with myself and doing all this self-concept work, and SP would come back, and I knew I'm not ready yet. That's why, like right now, I've been trying to keep my arm at a distance, but she's the one closing the gap. But it's good that way. Let her close the gap. It's like the first time where I sat back, where it's like instead of she appears in my reality over here and I get some signs, jump on it, yeah, it's good, it's good. Now I got to show everyone I got to show, like I did it, I pulled it in, here, pull it. It's like a rubber band. You're pulling and then snaps back. Let it come to you. That's trust. That's faith. That's belief that it's coming to you instead of jumping on it and feel. Yeah, my friend told me it's fake website for wedding cards. Exactly. Whatever you believe it to be true, it's true. So if you have to lie about a story, lie about a story. Or if you have to assume the best version of it, assume the best version of it. Even when there's stuff that I do stuff was directly, I knew I was lying to myself. I knew so many times I was lying to myself, but a lie repeated becomes a fact. That's not just a history lesson, that history is written by the victors or whatever, or a propaganda thing. It's something that you do with your own mind. You're running propaganda in your mind to your subconscious. Whatever story you tell yourself enough will become your reality. But even that is ridiculous. Even without manifesting, you would not be engaged to one person that quickly engaged to another. So to those who use tones of reality to assist your manifesting power. Well, he followed her a week after proposing to me. Well, I'll tell you this too. Here, let me help you spin your story too. We'll spin that story. I'll tell you someone who comes from the acting and the trying to, not trying to model shit, but like I've met people who are models. I've worked with them. I've done filmmaking stuff. I've met people. When you're working in the creative field, like I'm assuming he's some kind of creative if he's taking pictures for weddings websites and they're taking pictures together or whatever. You follow people and befriend people in that community, and you hang out with them and you meet their friends. It's a networking thing. So all he's doing is networking. You can create a situation out of nothing, which we're really good at. So why don't you make a good situation out of nothing? I apologize, Nick. I'm bombarding your chat. No, you're good. I appreciate it when that's the point of this community is we're here to help each other. We're all in this together. We've all either been in that horrible state and have gotten out of it, or we're struggling in that state, or we're looking for help. Either way, the people looking for help can be helped by the people who have already gone through their stuff or are going through it at the same time and seeing results and feeling the results and seeing what they went through. I mean, the whole thing, life is a journey and it's learning and it's a school. And you got to make the most fun out of it. What's up, Mitzi? Welcome in. I'll be seeing here. Mitzi will probably be the first mystic that I meet. God willing, bombarding. No, I stopped bombarding on there. What the fuck? No, God willing, manifesting willing. We'll be meeting because I will be taking a trip to New York with SP this weekend. And my goal is to start traveling to multiple places to meet people. I won't lie, I always thought it was going to be inked, but I've been to Florida so many times already, and it just didn't pop up. This has happened to be a thing to see New York on the holidays, so that would be cool. And if you guys don't know, I think I've mentioned it in the chats before, but Mitzi runs a travel page for New York on Instagram if you guys want to check it out. She goes to a lot of cool places. So she'll be a little bit of our tour guide or a tour planner. Yes, I do have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Yeah, you're being double-minded too, a little mixer. Okay, so there you go. As I said, use the 3D tones of reality to assist in your manifesting. 1, you're clearly very attractive. 2, no one goes from one engagement to another that quick under normal circumstances. Yes, and any circumstances don't matter. Just only stick to these 2 affirmations. Isn't it wonderful? I'm everyone's dream girl and see what happens in a week. And Mitzi's had a lot of success too. If I may share that one story you sent me earlier, Mitzi, you were saying, wouldn't it be wonderful? And I believe it was in terms of money, because it's the second money. Gary had a money manifestation success story he sent me earlier today, and you had a money manifestation success where you were just, wouldn't it be wonderful if? And then boom, what do? You found I was going to say CTA. What is it? NYTA. Yeah, because we have Chicago Transit Authority, but she found a thing for traveling on bus and train with $43 on it, a card. That's finding money. There you go. MTA. Metro card. Oh, it's funny. It's Metro. We have Metro, but Metro goes to like the suburbs and stuff. He's probably taking to both of us at the same time. We did follow a bunch of girls while preparing for our engagement. Like everyone's dream girl. Thank you. See, there you go. It's follow that one, and don't think about that old story. See, it's funny right now, and for the first time, I mean, I'm so into this whole self improvement and like focusing on this channel and stuff like this. And here's the thing too, I want to say is like, think about when you're really tired in the morning, or you're running late for work, or you're really sick or something like that. Don't manifest these things, but when you're in those states, think about those states for a second. How often do you like have time to sit there and think about SP and stuff like that? Like, say you're really sick, you're on the toilet left and right, and you're in the toilet like one of those moments where it's like you just ate fucking 50 spicy nuggets, and you're praying to God on the toilet. I've been there. And when you're in that state, do you think about, is SP a third party? No, you think, please, Lord, just get me through this shit. Or you're running late for work, and it's like, I just got to get there. I just got to get there. Oh, fuck. Or you're so tired in the morning. I don't want to think about nothing. I don't want to do nothing. You don't have time to overthink and think about all this negative shit. You only have time to think about the task at hand. So when I've moved it, my thought process now to the task at hand is to have the best body, to keep my house organized and clean, even though it's very far from it at the moment, to plan the life I want to do, to keep scripting things and do stuff like that. I've left space for SP, and it's not my main focus anymore, because when you have something, you're not focused on, I need it. It's just there. When you have money, it's just there. It's not something I need to get. When you have your SP, I need to get it. It's there. And it took me going through all this stuff, and it took me, I've been doing this shit for like 3 years, not just with SP. I've been manifesting for 10 years, and we're always consciously, we're all manifesting always. It's just sometimes we don't realize it. Do I stop feeling like he's choosing her over me? You don't acknowledge her at all, Little Mixer. That's it. What else? Oh, I'm way far down. But those affirmations need to work for her as well. I would say work out what it is you're saying negatively. Yeah, exactly. And sometimes, like we talked about this the other day too, that's where having a manifesting buddy or a coach comes in handy, because they could see what you can't see. Because there have been so many times where I've had stuff in my face. I'm like, even as the coach, the only reason is because I can identify other people's is because I'm out of your reality. Like, I could see what's going on because I'm able to take a big picture. Manifesting buddy is able to take a big picture and see, okay, you can't figure out what's going on because you're so focused on this one thing in front. This coach's job or the manifesting buddy's job to grab you and pull you back and say, here, oh, okay, it's not as bad as I thought, because you're stuck in one negative thing. To remove negative circumstances, 3 Ps, things like that, is remove attention from them. We are choking on that. We are what we repeatedly think and do all day. And like I said, you remove attention from things when it's like, when you're really sick or you're really tired or you're really focused on something or you're really into your workout, you don't think about all these other things. You're dying on cardio. I was doing that today. I'm not thinking about my problems. I'm thinking, how am I going to survive this cardio to finish it? And now you're really in the present moment. It's a painful, shitty moment, but you're in that moment and you're getting to know yourself and be with yourself and not focus on anything else. So that's the blessing in the pain and the suffering. So the pain and suffering and anguish that you're suffering from not having SP or the money you want or whatever, the pain and suffering you're having now is giving you a chance to get real fucking acquainted with yourself, to get real acquainted with your light and your dark sides, and work it out and understand changing your thinking, changing the way you perceive things. Everything's really working out in your favor because it is. That's the blessing of these bad times. I did remove her once, but he still didn't come back to me. So, see, now you're still stuck on that, though. Here's the thing: people get so stuck on that, and even me at times too. It's like I had all the success and I had the SP and everything, but I still kept thinking that motherfucker at one point, fuck that shit, and I would still go back to it. You are calling forward negative events in the past cannot exist in the present. Negative things in the future cannot exist in the present. Neither can positive. Nothing can exist in the present beside the present moment and what you choose to focus on in the present moment. And we're moving from one present to another, to another, to another consistently. So, in that time that we have on that consistent, present moment, we are choosing what we're bringing there. We're collapsing the wave there. And the more you stay focused on what you want, the more that becomes a reality. The more you forget what you don't want or avoid giving attention to, you are removing from your reality. That's the simplest way to break it down. You don't need to feel real. They don't need to feel real, to be honest. Just say your affirmations and do your self-conscious. It takes care of the rest. I don't feel any of my affirmations, but they work regardless. Exactly. And then adopt that mindset too that Mitzi has, because Mitzi's had a ton of success stories. And I believe I even told the one about the concert. I think I made it into a video too. If not, I should just do that video again for everyone. Those are very common affirmations that people use as well. And Mitzi is right. You don't need to feel bad, or you don't need to feel / believe what you're affirming. So I could just say them like a robot. Yes, exactly. That's where robotic affirmations come in. It's like that's the thing too. You don't have to get this way, but you could, and it's easier to get there. What do you call it? When you're robotically saying it, you're saying it again and again and again, and eventually your mind drifts into them. It's like, oh, what does that look like? And then maybe this is kind of associated with it. Then more affirmations fill in, and then the visualizations fill in, and the feeling sets in, and then you're persisting in it. It's helping you gently force you into the state. I say my affirmations robotically, and they still work, and even way quicker. Absolutely, over and over. Exactly. There we go. Plus, you're saying I'm loved / chosen, etc. But you just said he's chosen someone else over me. Very good point, Gary. Yes, you did say this. So you just also, in your own mind, subconsciously, that's double-minded. You have removed your attention from what you really want, even though you don't know it. You just stated something that you've chosen to be a fact in your reality, that has more power than what you said. I'm getting my 2 SPs no matter what. I remind myself I can't mess this up. Then I just keep going with my intentions, robotic affirming. It's been really making me feel real. It's been really making me feel it real lately, especially for money. That's awesome, Wes, or John West. That's awesome because that's the whole point of it. Like I was just saying, you are using those robotic affirmations to get into a feeling state, and you're going to get there by doing it again and again. That's a meditation, a mantra, a prayer. Like everyone from all these different backgrounds and belief systems throughout the centuries have said the same thing, and that's what it is. It's just repeating it and letting that be your dominant thought. Get the Parrot app and say them into it. It could be your sleep tape. Exactly. All right. Okay then. Where were we? The Parrot app. Yeah. Parrot app's really good. That's what I used when I had that. If you go back and watch my video on robotic affirming, that's what I was using, Parrot app. And this is just me being lazy and mismanaging time. I did pay for a soundtrack that I want to use for SP related things to have an affirmation tape on here, 8-hour loop. So you could just pop on that video whenever, listen to it. I used to change my SP affirmations every month, and I barely did self-concept work. I also quit every month from seeing no movement. See, once again, double-minded. You have to be all in or all out. That's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. When you're giving the negative power, then it has power. And changing them doesn't matter. You could change them. I change them in and out all the time too. But you're like, SP loves me, I'm chosen. Am I chosen yet? Nope. Okay. SP loves me, I'm chosen. Am I chosen now? You're just doing them to get something. You're not doing them to get anything. You're doing them to become the person that already has them, to shift to that reality that already has what you desire. You're not doing this to get that. We're not doing scripting. We're not doing all these other things to get something. We are just feeling it's already done because creation is finished. There is infinite possibilities, infinite realities. We are shifting to the one we want, and it has to happen naturally. And sometimes it takes time. There are people who are very patient. There was a guy I know, it's been 2 years of manifesting. Then he paid for some sessions with me. And I always say you don't have to, but it was what he would ask for a little advice and he would come into the chats. And I don't know if he's here tonight, but it's like he got some sessions and then it's like he took what I said, really applied it, because I think once you invest the money into it, it's like, okay, I better start listening now. It's like I keep getting it for free. And then, all right, I'm in it now. I'm listening more intently. I'm going to do what he says. And then when you actually apply what I say, then the results come in. But he received them kind of instantly. Not instantly, within a week or two, because he really adopted them no more than 2 weeks away from a miracle. But then there's also people who it's taken longer. They're still on their journey months later. But in the meantime, those people that I've seen that have taken months have really doubled down on their self-concept and their fucking confidence, physical abilities, love of life, and everything is through the fucking roof. And that's even more beautiful than having an SP. And it doesn't mean you're not going to get the SP, because what did I say earlier? It's like the whack-a-mole thing that we talked about, that every opportunity and desire you have will arise. You're just choosing when to hit it, if to hit it. All right, let's see. Start on self-concept. That's how you see yourself. Stick with that. He's reflecting you. You're putting all the energy into this guy. Exactly, Gary. She's making him the master of her reality, even though she is the god of her reality, the operant power. Yes, my friend said it's going to take me years because I'm not on the pedestal right now. Yes, you're not. You're very far from the pedestal right now. But you could shift in an instant. It's just choosing this moment. Choose this day. It does not have to take years. Exactly, Gary. It doesn't have to take years. You are on the pedestal. It could take days. Yeah, and then again, like Minty says, you are on the pedestal. It could take days. Exactly. It doesn't have to take years. It could take days. You never know the hour it's going to happen. I can't tell you when it's going to happen. You don't even know when it's going to happen. That happens in divine timing, but you have to trust when it arrives. It's perfect. If you manifested him back now, if you could just say, I want him back now, you're going to lose him because your mindset is not in the keeping one. See what I'm saying? You saw what happened with me. I was not in the trusting, having feeling. Why did I keep losing? Because I didn't have a self-concept for it. I had the I manifest. Yeah, you did, motherfucker. You manifested and lost. Manifested and lost. So the people who have put more work into the self-concept, when they get it, it sticks like a motherfucker because they've done the work. They know they deserve it. Everyone else is kind of like a little trick. It's like, oh, I did this. I slept with the thought and the feeling, and boom, it's here. Yay, I did it. But can you keep it? No, because you don't believe you deserve it. Make the decision right now. It could happen overnight. Yeah, exactly. And I had a client, one of my very first clients, happened for her overnight too. Because he called me in tears and stuff, and it happened overnight. Yes, I listened to Parrot app all summer and I had dreams of him. Good. And then when you take the dreams, you double it down because it's already happened. You're getting glimpses of that reality. Keep living in that reality. Feel all day like if you had those good dreams. Just decide it's done. I just took my SP off the pedestal and I'm saying, isn't it wonderful? I'm everyone's dream girl. And SP2 confessed his feelings for me last week. He wasn't even my SP. I'm just horny. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. He said, right now, always. She said, always with a sad face. That's what I love about this community too. See, I mean, it's hard at times, but when we can laugh at it, it gives you, because right now when you don't have what you want, it kind of takes you out of reality and you're in this miserable reality where it's like everything's all doom and gloom. But when we can laugh about it, it's like that kind of brings you back to, hey, this is what life was like before I got all wrapped up into the situation that I made. I turned this situation into a big thing that destroyed my life. I gave this power over me. We can laugh again and just feel it's right. He said, well, that's kind of hot. What's happening in this chat? I remember when I went to 2018, I was obsessing over SP1, but then days go by and I don't care anymore. And that's a position of power too when you don't care. When you can control what's down there, you can control what's up here a lot easier. Do you have to be with someone? Wait, do you have to be with someone? But you didn't say SP2, just confess their feelings. Yeah, SP2, not SP1. But birds before land, Mitzi, too. Put it up. There we go. We have that one. Put that on a piece of paper. It's birds before land. Or BBL, as everybody says. I don't like that term because I just think of big butts when I hear BBL. SP1 is the one I want. SP2 will scratch the itch. So we've been with someone, SP2, or just texting and contacting. No, haven't. He's just a coworker. Why do I feel like he's not going to come back even if I do all the work? Because you just affirmed it right there. You just played the double-minded thing. None of us believed it before it happened. But then like I said, for me, I got in the feeling it was already done. I felt I was dating her. And then before you know it, out of nowhere, I kept saying 2 weeks and no more than 2 weeks away from miracle, doing affirmations, doing all the work, blah, 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 doing all the shit. And then I was like, fuck this, dude. I give up. And I got negative results. And like I tell them all the stories, it went the wrong way before it went the right way. And right when I wanted to give up, it's like, what else do you have to lose by persisting? But also keep living your life. And before you knew it, it was an overnight thing. We wound up meeting at a bar because her friend set it up. We met at a bar. We got back together that night. And then I was like, well, why weren't we ever together? She was never asked me to officially be your girlfriend. I'm like, well, do you want to? And boom, it became official overnight. That was one of the times we got back together. And then I couldn't stick to the idea of like, oh, she's going to go back. She's going to go back. Why? Because I was double-minded, just like you're being. If you don't believe the work's going to do it, then you don't believe in manifesting, and then you don't get what you want. That's it. But if you believe in it, this is what helped me too, and this is what Bianca helped me with years ago for learning all this, is you need to make a mini manifestation list. Should prove the little things to yourself. Specific little things. That's limiting belief. There you go, Mitzi. Because that's what you just said. Yep. Whatever you say is your reality. It's nice to know I'm not the only one who is doing the 2 SPs thing. Yeah, I didn't have one that I was like dedicated to, but I just said that I started like affirming, wanted to see a little bit of the Playboy life for a second. It's exhausting. I did that for a little bit, but I used affirmation stuff, and I was like, man, like before I went from having this negative self-concept, I can't get no girls, to like now all the girls want to be with me, and I'm like, I don't really care. I just want to make videos and have fun, hang out with people, and travel the world. And that's kind of more what I want. And knowing exactly what you want is so big and fucking important too. I want to do a video on that. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to have to like, after this, I'm going to take a little break. And I got to fucking just make the videos. I'm self-conscious too. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit self-conscious to make videos too lately because everyone's like, oh, the microphone thing. But it's like, it's better to have bad audio quality than no videos at all, I think. Because the microphone, I keep forgetting every time I go out to get a charger for it. And it's the one that you sent me too, Mitzi. I have that one. I've been working out without headphones too because I lost my charger for the headphones. I feel like a maniac listening to the garbage they play at the gym. That's your current thought? Yep. You're wavering from all the work you did. Exactly. Yeah, you're erasing all the work you did because you're just saying now that it's that it doesn't matter, it's not going to work. And you just affirmed a strong belief. The affirmations are to create feelings and beliefs. Your strong belief that needs to be undone is the fact that all the work was meaningless and it's not going to get you whatever you want. I could only do self-concept, or can I only do self-concept, or do I have to still affirm for him to conform as well? To be honest, you don't have to do any technique to get what you want. If you could shift into the belief that you already have it, the purpose of these are to get you to that feeling that it's already done. Chances are you need to do them somewhat because you're so far off base of believing that it's possible. So for me, it's like I could been doing this now so long, it's like I could shift into I've got everything I need. I always get this. I always get that. Things always work out for me. And then saying, I see two people here, Gary and Mitzi, success stories every day. Maybe not SP stuff, but they're getting success every day from like little things, which people call little. I always say there's no little manifestations, but they're getting success all the time because they're focused on seeing things in a better way. And you're getting specific things. And Gary was his with his what you call it, a promotion, back pay, with like his money manifestation success story came from an affirmation or a mantra that he had, which is similar to an affirmation. So he's had that. Affirm through the sadness. Yeah, you could affirm while sad. You could affirm while depressed. You could have anxiety. You could have panic attacks. I did it through all that shit, and it still worked out in my favor. Like I said, I would not be on here if I didn't believe this shit, or not just believe it, but have seen results from it in myself and in others, because this shit sounds insane if you don't know, if you haven't actually experienced it and lived it. I was pissed off yesterday and things were going wrong, but I still affirmed and everything worked out. There you go, Mitzi. See? Self-concept is the most important thing. I do agree with Gary there. Self-concept is what helps you keep it because you believe you deserve what you want. Then change the story, and then change the story of your SP. Very good. Only do self-concept right now. They go hand in hand, but self-concept is key. Do self-concept, he'll come running back. Walk around like you're the baddest. Exactly. That's the key. This, like they said, is the self-concept. Because self-concept is getting you to the knowing that you're worthy of something. Like the whole living that little bit of a playboy lifestyle for a little bit got me to the point where it's like, I don't need it. It helped me remove SP from a pedestal and let me decide, do I actually want this? Let me sit back for a little bit and clear my mind and realize, do I really want to do all this? What do you really want in life? Because sometimes it's not SP. Some people don't choose SP anymore. I did. But that's just the thing. It's like the self-concept lets you know you are valuable. Because on a level somewhere, you don't know that you're valuable. Because you're feeling really bad for yourself. People who love themselves don't feel bad for themselves. They can feel bad at times, but they don't self-deprecate and feel bad and believe somebody else has control of their life. Right now, the way you look at life and the way you're living life is whatever happens between SP, third party, and you, or whatever else is out there, whatever happens in that circumstance affects your mood. Your mood affects those things, but you're letting those circumstances dictate your mood. And if that's the case, when the outside world is always going to dictate your mood and you can't change it unless that changes, then it's never going to change. You have to change yourself. You have to change your way of looking at things, and the world on the outside changes. I just realized I had the same crazy behavior, so like the pattern was the same with my old SP as well. I think it's my self-concept I need to work on for relationships. Exactly. There you go. That's why, like Reverend Ike said, he goes, some of you guys have been married 4 or 5 times to the same person. People, you're getting into relationships and it's becoming the same thing. And I've seen clients go from, I'm just going to give up on this SP and get a new SP. And what happens? They have the same situation on a person who starts out on a blank slate and not being anything like their SP to becoming exactly like that. And then when you really sit down and talk to them and you break it down, Somewhere along the line, they began to get assumptions on relationships that then became this person, became this person, became this person, because they don't change it. It's a pattern. Break the pattern. You have Gary, a self-concept. Change yourself. How do you change the story of your SP? By not giving the old story power. It happened. Okay. If you can't get rid of it completely, okay, it happened. Leave it alone. It doesn't mean anything in the present. The present is the present. This is what we're focused on. We're focused on us living our best life, living the memories that we want, or just whatever. Number one is, if you're the baddest out there, then it does not fucking matter what the old story is, because the new story is you're desired and SP is back and everything's in the right place. Same as self-concept. Think back to when you had SP. Think back to what you think about SP. SP will do anything to be with you, and the opposite, the thought. Something simple. I think I'm still stuck in the old version of him while I'm doing self-concept right now. And see what happens when you focus on self-concept. I had this thought today while driving back to the house. I almost do not recognize this SP compared to how she was. But when I really think back, this is the woman I met that I was looking for throughout this whole manifesting journey. But it took all the beautiful / ugly bridge to get to this moment, to get back to where I started with what I wanted. Because now my mind is focused on loving myself and working on me and my dreams and goals first, which is where my mind was when I met her. It opened the door for the best version of her, the best version of everyone else around me. Just like right now, I'm there again, and I have the best version of myself, my SP, my family, my friends. I have the best versions of everyone now. Yeah, the old version needs to go. It can take a bit of everything to sink in. Don't repeat the old story ever. Yeah. And if you do, squash it with a new story right away. Change the story. What's up, Rocky? I see you in here now. Even if you focus on your self-concept alone, you'll stick to what you want. Exactly. Rocky, I've seen his self-concept go through the roof in our time working together. And he's had so many miracles and blessings in his life. And other stuff in his life turned around. So same with myself. Same with everyone who's done self-concept work. You'll be so amazed and blown away by the blessings you're getting that you won't have time to feel bad, because you're so blessed and feeling good and you're grateful for all this stuff right now. Right now, based on what you've said, it's not going to happen straight away. I mean, it can, but it depends on your thoughts. Exactly, Gary, I would agree with you there. You've put it up on such a pedestal, and you have such little belief and faith in yourself to do this, in the process itself, and you're so double-minded. It doesn't mean it's never going to happen. It doesn't mean it can't happen overnight. But you need to have faith and love in yourself, because right now I could see it, Gary could see it, Mitzi could see it, everyone could see that you need to work on your self-concept. That is number one. Doesn't mean you can't affirm for him, but affirm, when you're affirming, affirm from a place of it's already done. That's why I like gratitude. And if you can't believe that it's already done, then use what Mitzi was saying, the Neville technique of wouldn't it be wonderful? Wouldn't it be wonderful if he was always calling? Wouldn't it be wonderful if we were hanging out? Wouldn't it be wonderful? When you're saying that, don't just think, wouldn't it be wonderful? Yeah, too bad it's not here though. No, you're saying it as, wouldn't it be wonderful? And then getting lost in that daydream, just like you get lost in daydreams of ugly thoughts of reality. The old story keeps looping, and I can't stand my own mind. But what is stopping you? Trust me, I know it's hard, but here's a question I'd ask myself. What is stopping you from just telling a better story? Get on a piece of paper right now or tonight or when we end this live, get on a piece of paper and write down the best version. Start out, wouldn't it be wonderful if he called me right now? If he called me, what would he say? Don't reference the old story. Just, hey, little mixer, I really missed you. It's nice to be able to hear your voice again. I'm glad we're able to talk again. And how would you respond to that? Don't respond in a fighting manner. Don't respond in an argument. You would respond, I missed you too. And then something like, I've seen you working on your self concept. You've become so much more mentally and physically and everything attractive in every single way. You say, yeah, I know. I've noticed that myself, or whatever. And just write a whole story. Get lost in the script. Scripting might help you. Write down, and then what if you guys went on a date today? He called you right now and you guys went out. What would the date look like? Oh, we went to the beach. We walked on the beach. We did this. We ate ice cream. Whatever it is, like, you just tell that story. Tell any story. It doesn't have to be real. It doesn't have to be something you can believe can happen. Just write it and feel good. It will manifest. Calm your mind. Many of my manifestations have come through by thinking nothing after knowing my desire. When I say thinking nothing, just mean moving your thought to something else. This is when you work on other manifestations. Exactly, Gary. It's like, it's not that you're giving up. It's really, all it is true faith and walking in faith, because you know it's going to get taken care of. You know your desire. You know what you want. You know how it feels. But you're going to focus on some other things now because you know it's done. You're trusting in God. You're trusting in the universe. You're trusting in whatever you believe in. You're trusting in the law that it's going to work out. So then how will the old story go away? By not thinking about it. Don't talk about it. Don't go into chats and keep saying old story, old story, old story. Here's what happened. Here's what happened. Here's what happened. That's how it dies. That's how it goes away. You think about it. Go get out a pen and paper and write down a better story. You think about it. Start imagining a better story. If it pops into your head, which I know it does, it pops into your head. Sometimes you can't control it. But what you can control is how you respond to it. By saying your affirmations. Yep, affirmations will help you. When you remove awareness from the old story, you don't have to drop it completely. Just you don't have to drop it. You know it could be real, like being delusional. They say delusional, but I like what Tone says on Goated Manifesting about it. You're not being delusional in the crazy sense of oh yeah, I know this. You understand that maybe at the moment you're not together. You understand that there's a miracle coming though. That's not being double-minded. Understanding the circumstance now and understanding getting into the feeling is something different. You want to talk to him, have a conversation in your head. Then feel how it feels to have that conversation. It will play out. I've had so many other conversations that play out. There's one I'm having right now, and I want to make a success video, and I'm going to make a success video on it when it fully plays out. But I'm having a specific event playing out to get a certain thing. It's not SP related, but it involves people that will have to play parts to get it to me. So I'm going to play different stories to make me feel like something that seems impossible right now will happen. I'm an overthinker. And I'm an overthinker. It's bad, really bad. I've been doing breath work lately. Okay, number one, right there. Whatever is attached to I am is fact and powerful. And what is it? I am that I am. Whatever you attach to I am, you are. Do not attach that you are an overthinker. Because I am one of the biggest overthinkers. I was. See, watch what I did right there. I was one of the biggest overthinkers. And that's coming from me personally. I was like you, but I'm not like that anymore. If I can break out of it, you can break out of it. So you were a big overthinker, but you are not anymore. Being delusional does not mean going around telling people you're with someone. If you're not in the 3D, it means going within regardless. There you go, Gary. Thank you. Couldn't have said it better myself. I said, isn't it wonderful? Any chance I get and stuff. I want my stuff. Oh, that's Spanish. I should probably know that. No. The word fulfillment also just means knowing. You don't have to force a feeling. It really means something as simple as I see that happening. Don't let logic get in the way. Trust is very important. Exactly. Trust and faith are just believing and knowing it's already done. Funny story, in Oman before my flight to the UK, was watching film and TV and thought, is that the guy from 50 Shades of Grey? Turned off the TV 45 minutes later, the TV turns on. 50 Shades of Grey is on. I'm very good at manifesting TV and films. And you had a couple success stories with it, and then you're like, man, I'm really good at this. And then you told it to me, and then you keep saying it, and then more and more success comes. That's where many manifestations of Burden for Lands come. Okay, I will try the scripting method just like you said, Mystic. Thanks. No problem. See, try it out. Try it out and trust it. We want you to feel good now. It's not going around lying to the world. It's not going around lying to yourself. It's doing what makes you feel good now. What are you chasing? You're not chasing that person. You're chasing a feeling. Give yourself the feeling. You're just choosing to have that feeling with that person. God and the universe know who you want. You don't have to keep playing around. This person in these circumstances, what happened no longer matters. It's like in The Lion King when the monkey hits Simba on the head and goes, and he goes, why'd you do that? He goes, why does it matter? It's in the past. Why did the stuff happen? It doesn't matter. It's in the past. You don't get to choose the past anymore. You get to choose now. But I'm not affirming for it. So I would say, think about what you have manifested before and what you were thinking, then use your power. Then use that as your power. Exactly. Yeah, you're not doing it on purpose. You just know if you think of a movie, it's going to show up. Just like I know, like certain things. Or it's like, okay, when I was trying to go through the whole Playboy mentality, it's like, I know any girl I talk to, I'm going to get a number. And there's every girl I was talking to is getting numbers. But I was like, every time I talk with SP now, it's like, I know things are going to get better and better for us because I just know it. I say, I know I'm going to be a millionaire in the next year or two. I already know that. So even though it's hard to believe, it's hard from the way I grew up, it's hard from the way I'm living now, I know it and I feel it and I know it's going to happen. But they all have their own unique powers. But they go back towards the same thing, right? Realize where and how your power lies and how to contra it. I think I just don't believe that men are genuine at all, and I don't think relationships are even legit, especially with social media and so many options today. It feels pointless. Okay, so I'll tell you this too. You're coming from a female point of view. Most men feel the same way too. And what do you see online? You go online, you get the thing, switch phones. And then that makes it where they have the people switch phones and then they cause them to break up because they're one of them's cheating on the other one. As a man, my social media gives me stuff that shows that the women are the cheaters, but I talk to a lot of women online and they see the stuff where it's like the men are the ones fucking the women over. You're looking for things in your reality that are like that. Social media can be very toxic. Stay the fuck off social media if you have to. I got off social media for a while. A lot of people on here have gotten off that. Stop watching the news. Stop watching stuff about bad relationships. Someone starts talking bad relationships, say, I'm sorry to hear that, whatever. Or if you have to listen to it, then disregard it. Do not let any negative thoughts influence you. Second I see a video like that, I get off TikTok. Boom, done. Am I on here to do work? No. Did I have to post a Mystic video? Nope. Okay, then what's my business here? I don't have no business on this app if it's going to be giving me shit like that. Well, and then, yeah, like Mitzi said, well, there's the problem. You have that belief on men. That's a big disbelief you need to address. So take that, yeah, and that's a good starting place too. You need to change that assumption and work on the opposing thought. There you go. Mitzi and I should join the Mystic Manifesting Umbrella. Yeah, you guys should. I already know you guys are going to be coaching one day. You're actually the first two on the Discord while I'm practicing setting it up and everything too. Mitzi's put the first meme on there. So, well, I posted it, but it was one she sent me. It's difficult to do. It's difficult to do on the YouTube chat. Yeah, it is. Probably might need coaching because I'm just losing hope. Well, that's why I try to do it. That's what the chat is. It's like trying to do it for free. If you want to do the coaching, send me an email at mysticmanifesting@gmail.com or flex_Lassiter on Instagram, and we'll set up a session if that's what you want to do. No pressure. You don't have to, but if you want to, or if you feel more comfortable with a coach from another channel, whoever resonates with you, go to that person. They can see the things, but you have to listen to what they see because we've done it before. Well, depending who you choose. whatever coach you choose. I mean, I'm the one you saw what I've gone through. And like I said, SP wants to be on the show too. So we'll be able to talk with her. But I'd rather pre-record it first. He can literally unblock you in 3 days. Exactly, yeah. Miracles happen in 3 days. Nick is awesome. I would recommend him one-on-one. Imagine Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan. Both very good at their games, but they still had coaching. Nick is my go-to coach regardless of good times or bad. One-on-one, not just YouTube videos. Oh, please stop watching the news. Well, thank you, Gary. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, Gary, you've been a very supportive client too, and I've seen how much you've grown, even in the short time we've worked together. More than a couple weeks maybe, but like even in that time, like look at all the crazy things that have happened, like in terms of financial gain, and then like things you've learned and stuff that you saw in 3D. You saw how your reactions changed to things in 3D that would trigger you before, and now you're getting closer to where you need to be. I like watching success stories for motivation and inspiration to give it a go. Well, there you go. Yeah, so I should start posting more of them. That's one of my things too. I'm not posting enough like success stories either. Sometimes I think that it's a little bit more doom and gloom. I don't want to be the doom and gloom channel, but I'll show you the real shit of what I've gone through because that's what people like and that's what they said they can relate to. But then I also give ideas on how to get out of it or how I've gotten out of stuff in the same situations. But remember, when you're watching these success stories, use them as motivation and know that you're on the right path. Don't just say, well, I'm watching these success stories. I wish I was like them, or you're watching them to learn something. You already know what you need to do. You're just watching them to remind yourself that it is possible because it is done and it is done already. Be careful what you watch on TV, 100%. Same, I hate seeing if we wanted to, he would videos. I'm like, ma'am, I can make him do anything. Oh yeah. Oh, you're saying in the videos online, if he wanted to, he would. Yeah. Or it's like, well, I always talk about the other thing when people go, it is what it is. I hate that line too. It is what you make it. Even a simple TV series like Friends can be quite toxic depending on the episode. I never watched Friends. I think this is one of the most interactive and longest live I've seen on the Mystic Manifesto. I was thinking the same thing too. Look, everyone you pushed out. I was just thinking the same thing too. I'm like, man, we had a full-on session here too. And somebody had just told me the other day, why don't you start doing like actual live coaching on the thing too? But it's like you gotta have someone who's willing to open up, like a little mixer to talk about all this stuff. And it could get me going. And then, the chat jumps in. And then if someone in the chat's struggling, they're just reminding people who are open about their struggles. Hey, I've been through the same thing, and here's what I've done to combat it. And I'm telling you, hey, here's what I've been through, how I've combated it, and here's how I've succeeded. Thank you all for putting me up. And thank you all for putting up with me and serving two masters. I need to work on this so bad. You do, but don't beat yourself up. Forgive yourself, forgive the situation, forgive everything. And understand that, hey, we're all in this together. We're here to support each other when that's what these chats are. That's what the Discord's going to be. That's what all this is we're here to help each other. If I can't respond to certain comments and videos, usually people, the other fucking mystics will come in there and they'll start helping and coaching because we all know the stuff. And it's even when I'm making videos sometimes, I'm reminding myself of what I need to hear. And when people are helping coach each other or be manifesting buddies, they're reminding themselves of what they need to hear. Everyone is just helping bring the message back to you because we're all one. Everyone's you pushed out. It will all work out. Interest. What Mitzi and I and Nick said, and you will see the change. Exactly. I've seen so many people change, and it's amazing. Why do I feel uncomfortable with the self-concept words? Why do I feel uncomfortable with the self-concept words happening during this? It's because your conscious mind and your subconscious are fighting. You're programmed to beat yourself up already, and your mind is uncomfortable because it's like working out. You go work out. You've never worked out in your life, all right? You never work out, and then you go through a workout with a personal trainer, and they put you through something you've never done before. It feels so unnatural to your body. Your body fights back with pain and not feeling good. And sometimes I will admit too, like for myself. Like if I haven't worked out in a while and I go back and I hit a hard workout like I was doing before I got sick or took time off or whatever, I might actually become physically ill, like get a flu or something because your body is so weakened from all that. And it is a battle. It's like it's fighting it off. And the only thing you could do, not get aggressive with yourself, but it's just like persist, calmly persist and keep going. And that will put it in check. Oh, and Gary just said the same thing. Subconscious is fighting with you. You need to power through. You're letting your circumstances get the better of you. How long does it fight? It fights as long as you think it's going to fight. But you got to be prepared for, like, you got to start having the assumption too. It's not going to last long. It's almost over. And it's like affirm for things like that. It's almost over. I'm already through all this stuff. It doesn't bother me. I'm fine. I don't need that. Like my subconscious, or even affirm, my subconscious is becoming more and more impressed every single day. Every affirmation I say gets me more impressed. It's a very uncomfortable. It is. We've all gone through it though, and on the other side of that is success and feeling good. 3 weeks ago, I had an ankle injury. I'm a kickboxer. I kept going to the gym and affirmed nothing happened. I sent Nick a video of my spin kicks a couple days ago. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was affirming for health. And it's like whenever I get sick, it's like I feel better. And I'll take something as silly as, like, I know water does actually make you feel better and stuff. But it's like if I got a stomach issue or something, I'll drink water slowly. I'll feel the water going down. It's like, it's soothing me. It's getting me better. And it's like, and I'll avoid taking medicine sometimes, where it's like you could heal yourself. If you could heal yourself with this, you could change outside circumstances. You could do it on a micro level, macro level, whatever. Everything is connected. Everything and everyone is you pushed out. How do you push through this for all of you, if you don't mind me asking? Let me say my point. So pushing through this uncomfortable feeling of self-concept would be consistently reminding yourself. Take my hat off. My head's getting itchy. Persistence is the key right now. So you want to persist through the feeling. So it's like, here's what your body and your mind and your conscious wants you to feel, or your subconscious wants you to feel. Here's how you want to feel. And it's like, what helps you feel the way, like, you want to get more confident? What makes you feel confident? Does dressing a certain way make you more confident? Does going to certain things and facing fears make you feel more confident? Or the gym? Those were 3 ways I faced it. Dress better, go to the gym, take better care of myself, love myself, be with my family and my friends, do things I loved before all this journey, and go from there. That's how I dealt with it. And more videos even 1 week after the event. You keep going, keep affirming, be strict. When you see little changes, persist no matter what. Yep. You just keep going. You see more changes, so you keep going. Yeah, exactly. It's like you get a little bit of a change. It's like, hey, that's good. And then really double down and feel good whenever you see a positive in your life. And whenever you see something bad, leave it alone. Mitzi, how bad do you want it? Yeah, exactly. How bad do you want it? Are you willing to push through it? He said, like going to the gym. Yeah. Should just keep repeating it. Oh, well, there you go. Perfect. If you have time to complain, you got time to affirm. I like that, Mitzi. That needs to go on a shirt. Mitzi, you need to make shirts with that. The shirt thing is getting ridiculous, though. I'm not even like renewing anything on the Mystic Manifesting thing. What the fucking prices of how it is. Do you have time to do the work? No one else can do it for you. Exactly. When you feel a bad thought creeping up, just say, wait, what is my next thought? Then affirm. Yeah. If you can control your next thought, which you can, choose it to be an amazing, good, happy thought. Thoughts on affirmations versus regular affirmation. There's no difference. Every method works. It's what works best for you. What feels most natural for you or is easier for you to do. That's why mini manifestations are important, because you could try different methods to manifest and then build confidence in those. We said both. Yep, they all work. Thoughts create. Just do your affirmations and change your dominant thoughts will manifest, right? An affirmation is a thought you keep thinking. Exactly. And she says, thank you all. And wow, that brought us up to 1 hour and 45 minutes. And I still want to get some videos, and I got to work in the morning. So with that, I think we had a nice coaching session there. I think we accomplished a lot of ground there for something where I didn't even think I was going to get on here. but I'm happy I came on today, and I'm happy that, I've got some ideas and directions I want to go with things. So I appreciate and love all you guys for being here. Keep your heads up. We're all in this together. Things are always working out in our favors. You can't fuck this up no matter what, no matter what's going on. You can't fuck this up. You got this. I love you guys. Next Monday we'll be live for sure. I'll be in New York from Thursday night to Sunday night. And I want to have videos ready to drop while I'm out there. Thank you for this live. Much love. I do like high frequencies. Love you guys very much. I would also like binaural beats. Clear your mind. All right. Well, I'm glad we got all this covered. I do love you guys. And I'm going to try my very best to get all this stuff and stop being lazy and get myself organized. That's what this planner's for. We're going to plan. And that's what all these video lists is for. We're going to get that done. So, thank you. I will have fun. And I know I'm going to at least see Mitzi for breakfast, I think, Friday. So it'll be a fun time. And I'm going to try and vlog that for the channel too. It'll be like first Mystic meetup. And then if you want, me and SP could get some footage of stuff we do, and you could put that to your channel for traveling, for like date ideas and stuff. Anyway, a lot of stuff to be accomplished. I'm going to take a little break, watch an episode of Sopranos, come back over here, stand on that green screen wall, and make some videos for you guys this week. But I love you guys. See you next Monday for sure. And I can't wait to hear some success stories. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.